Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Region Angels. My name is Gloria Morris. I haven't been here in a while. It's so busy. So my co-host, Tina Chip, she's been doing a couple of episodes in between, and it's been fun. I love that she's kind of taken on the role of a host because it takes a little pressure off of me, and my vision is to have more shows. So eventually we'll, just keep rolling with maybe some guest hosts. But what is the Region Angels? It's a show about all the cool things that are going on in Northwest Indiana today, maybe expanding to some other regions later. But today I have some very special guests with me. We're going to be talking about the Northwest Indiana Influential Women's Association. That is such a mouthful, by the way.
It is.
NWIIWA, I think, is how we
NWIIWA.
refer to it, and we're going to talk about that. But yeah, there's a really big conference coming up, and yours truly is going to be participating. So I'm super pumped about that. Again, this show is about really great things happening in the region and the people behind them, because things don't happen without wonderful people. And so back in 2017, I started this show. It used to be called Speaking of Charity, but we've broadened the scope so that businesses and people who aren't necessarily affiliated with nonprofits or charities can also participate. So the vision is to really grow those out. We have a website at regionangels.com. If you go there and you can think of anybody that you would like to nominate to be on the show, there's a nominate button at the top, and then some back episodes you can watch for later. We're also on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's growing. It's small. I think we have 174 subscribers now, but we started at 0. So, hey, right? The goal is to build that up and eventually have a broader presence on YouTube, because our show used to be much more focused on the website. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest today. Who would like to go first?
I am Shelby Case. I work at Diversified Marketing Strategies, and I'm very highly involved with NWIIWA. So that's what we do. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm Siobhan Barber. I actually work for Horizon Bank, and I am now the co-chair with one other person of our leadership steering committee, which goes over all of our committees for NWIIWA.
Okay, awesome. So how long have you been involved with the organization?
I've been involved for about 4 years.
Great. And what about you, Shelby?
I'm just over 2 years.
All right. So I had Andrea on the show a couple of years ago. I think it was right before you guys got your official nonprofit status. So what an exciting development that was. And then I was so honored to, I think, I forgot the year, but I was in your award.
The Influential
Women's
Program.
Award.
That's it. Yes. It's all a mouthful. So, and my mom was with us then, and I remember that was such a special honor to win that award with her being there. She passed away last year, and she used to always tell people about it. And
Yeah.
I would be like embarrassed, right? But super proud at the same time. So thank you for all you do. I think it's such a great organization. And we're here today because of a conference coming up. But before we get into that, can one of you just kind of describe what NWIIWA is?
You want me to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead, and then I'll follow up.
So NWIIWA is an organization built by women for women, essentially. We do education programs. We also have networking events that we put out there. We do certificate series. We just, very, very big thing, we just did a mentorship program that we finished our first cohort on. So we are going to have a second cohort coming soon.
Great.
We look for sponsors, and we are a nonprofit. So we do have sponsorships and partnerships throughout the community. We have about over 500 women we have some men. I will say that too. So we have over 500 members, mostly women, throughout like every part of their career. So we have some that are younger that just, are just starting, and we have some that are older and in the executive suite and further along in their career. So you kind of get a mixture of everybody.
Yeah.
And then you also have a mixture of all the companies. I believe it's 150 companies that are involved with NWIIWA.
Wow.
So we're kind of all over the place in the region.
That's great.
Yeah, and I wanted to follow up kind of what you talked about with the influential awards banquet. So NWIIWA kind of grew from that banquet. So a long time ago, they were having the banquet, and all of the women in the program said that we needed to do something so that we could have something all year long.
Yeah.
So a bunch of the
Looking it
core
up,
women
too.
got together, and they decided that they were going to start NWIIWA, and then NWIIWA ended up becoming that nonprofit. And since then, it's just grown every single year, and it survived COVID, which is always, a scary thing too, especially for a new association that had just launched right before that.
Oh, it was right before that.
It was
So,
right before that. Yeah.
and was there a banquet that year? Well, in 2020, was there a banquet, or did you guys have
I
to?
don't think I don't think they did because they couldn't have it. So then
Yeah.
everything had to get moved kind of virtually for a little while, and then they had to bounce back from there. So for an association that's smaller, it has big numbers and it has a lot
Yeah.
of people that are highly invested in the growth of their women and their professional development. So we're always looking to bring new ways to kind of help influence the women. And our mission is to make sure that women don't just have seat at the tables, but that we're building the tables for them.
I love that expression.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay. And I noticed that you're both wearing purple. Was that for a particular reason?
Yes. So we call it the NWIIWA purple,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So NWIIWA's got that purple color. It's a very distinct color when you see it. Like you said, NWIIWA is kind of a mouthful, but when you get used to it and you're saying it, it just comes out naturally. So
It does. And I'm on your website right now, so I'm listening and trying to pull this up. So it's NWIIWA.org. And you can see the board members. You can see the different levels of sponsorship for the conference. You can see the different committees. So you said you chair.
The overall committee.
That's
yes.
a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Tell us
It's,
about each of your jobs real
So
quick.
it's myself, Shelby. We have Ari Hensley. She's from Lerner and Rowe, and then Andrea, who helps. And the four of us kind of do what we can and divvy up the responsibilities. I would say probably Shelby takes the majority of the responsibilities, but we all try to work on the networking portions. I'm helping a lot with the conference. I know Ari just did a networking event this past Tuesday, right? And I heard it was amazing. I wasn't able to attend.
Awesome.
So we all kind of just divvy up and do what we can.
Cool. And then what does your day-to-day look like, Shelby?
Oh, I think that depends on the event that's happening, right? So
Okay.
right now, a lot of my focus is the Professional Women's Conference. So the
Okay.
great thing about NWIIWA, everything we do it's very intentional, right? And it's designed for anybody that's coming in their career, anybody that's been in their career for a long time that are about to retire. We're constantly looking for those ways. So right now, our focus is Professional Women's Conference, just because that is a new conference that's coming to the area, and the women in this area have not had a place like that they could go to for a very long time. So we're very excited about it. It's still this is just our second year, but we bring in national speakers from kind of all over to come speak to our ladies.
That is awesome. And that's actually how we got reconnected.
Yes.
So tell the people what's happening. How did this happen?
Yes. Okay. So, you know how you have those shower moments? You're like, oh my gosh, this would be amazing. Well, we all sit around the tables for our committee meetings and we're like, you know what would be amazing if we did a conference, right? And we decide to put this together, have everybody come in, give them a professional development day, right? And it's not just about the C-suite executives. It's send your office admin, have your office admin come because they deserve to be able to grow.
Right.
And if you invest in them, they'll invest back with you. And
Absolutely.
sometimes as a business owner, as a woman, invest in yourself. And I know that's so hard to say and that's so hard to do sometimes, but the biggest investment you can make is in yourself.
Right.
And we want people to come and walk away with something, right? It doesn't mean that your whole life's going to change in a day, but walk away with something that makes your life easier. See that you're doing something, kind of go from there. But yeah, it was definitely a kind of a shower moment of everybody like, this would be a cool thing to do. And then we just kind of started to do it, and the amount of people that have kind of come together in the community, and it's not just community local people, it's people from all over the country. One of our speakers coming up has been on stage with Prince Harry and Serena Williams. So there's some heavy hitters that are
Wow.
coming in that believe in NWIIWA's mission and believe in our women and want to help do something, because what NWIIWA has is not something that all the other areas have.
Right, right. So, yeah, I didn't get to attend last year, and I wasn't sure I could even attend this year. So
Yeah.
when you and I connected, I was really excited, and it was like, oh, I really am meant to be involved in this because you had reached out, and I know I work in tech for those that don't know, and I'm not sure how you thought of me, but AI is one of the
Yes.
topics that I'll be talking about. What are some of the other topics that we're going to be covering?
So again, when we do this, we did everything intentional, right? So we want some of the younger people coming in for time management. We want some people who have been in there for a long time to have something about burnout, right? We have ladies that are in marketing that just want to learn some new marketing tactics. So we're covering marketing. So we have a lot of those types of topics that we're covering.
Right.
And then we also have our keynotes who are going to be there, and from corporate keynotes, so that way they can come in and teach us some lessons that you might not have thought about. And then we also have like ageless impact. So no matter what age you are in your career, what's the impact that you can make? So all of those important topics. Siobhan, I don't know if you want to add anything.
The one thing I wanted to add is that we talk about being intentional, and when we look at the topics, we also look at, okay, who do we think is going to want to go to this session versus this session? And we try to make it to where if it's a breakout session, we have one of each. So something that your people who are fairly new at their career could go to, but also the C-suite. So with the breakout sessions, we try to make it that way that there's something for everyone for each breakout.
I see. So yeah, I see breakouts with the purposeful productivity. I see perfectly aligned, learning how to say no. We're so not good at that. I'm the worst person at
As
saying
women,
no.
we just are. Like,
Yeah.
it is just a natural,
is
like, we
that?
put exclamation points in everything we say, but we don't like to say no.
Right, exactly.
So that one's going to be a really good one, because it's sometimes your best no, or your hardest no, can be your best yes.
And something that I actually just learned at a conference I was at is, you don't think about it all the time because you always want to try to grab every opportunity you can. But if you say no to something, that opens up an opportunity for somebody else.
That is absolutely awesome to think about it that way. I am going to try to bookmark that and write that down because that is very insightful. It's true, and we're not the only people qualified to do what we're being asked to do, right? And sometimes it helps people stretch. If they weren't like the first obvious person to go to, it will help them get there. So that's really important. Yeah, I see boss brand, queen content, burn bright, not out. These are the names, which I love, by the way. Ageless impact, like you said. Now, this, to your point earlier, could not be possible. This, you're putting a lot of effort, the venue, you even have an app, I noticed.
Yep.
The sponsors are really important here, right?
Sponsors are very important in everything that NWIIWA does. Yes. We value our sponsors and our partners, because without them, we can't make the change that we make. We can't do these professional development. So it's always important that if it's something you believe in and you can support it, to please support it.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Absolutely support it, because you're making the difference. You're opening a door for somebody. You're giving a seat at the table to a young person coming in that didn't know they had a seat at the table.
Absolutely. I also want to call out real quick. Did you want to say something first?
I was just going to say, as a nonprofit, that is the way that we're able to do everything, is with our partnerships and our sponsorships. We have some available still for the conference.
Okay, I was going to ask.
We also have vendor spots still open for the conference for people who want to come in and be a vendor. That comes with one ticket to the conference, and they can showcase, their business as well.
Okay, are you looking at certain types of businesses for that? Like, what kind of businesses would be appropriate to be here?
I think any and all business that wants to support women. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
Me too, exactly. Like, if they have something that, if women are their focus and women drive, and statistically women drive a lot of decisions, so those are the rooms that these companies and these people want to be in. And doing that vendor booth gives you that opportunity. So if you support women, if you want to be around women, if women are your customers, if women are doing anything with you, you should be in that room, or you should be supporting it as well.
To add to that, we're saying women, but I want to tell you that last year we had over 400. We're already almost at that point. So we're not saying like, oh, a couple women. No, you're going to be in front of 400 plus women
Amazing.
to be able to talk to you.
And what does it take to be a vendor? Is there a fee for it?
Yes, so there are vendor fees for it,
Okay.
but if you go to our website, you can kind of get some of those details as far as the vendor booths or different types of sponsorships. Now, keep in mind your vendor booth does come with your ticket, so
Okay.
part of that is for your ticket to attend the conference, and we want our vendor booths to be able to take part in the conference too. So when they're in the breakout rooms, they get to go participate, and then they come back out to their booth, and we also do we call it a prize-a-palooza, which is so fun, right? Everybody loves it. So when you're walking through and you're going to the booths, you can drop your card in their bucket, and at the very end, they're going to give you a prize.
Awesome.
And so
Okay.
they go up to the stage and kind of raffle off some amazing things, and people people absolutely love it.
I'm stoked for this. Okay. Now, I have to point this out. I'm making an observation that your website, I mentioned the NWIIWA website, but there's actually a dedicated website for this, and it's professionalwomensconference.com. I am shocked that you got that URL. And what does that tell me? That there aren't enough professional women conferences out there. Right? Because like that's such a gold URL. So congratulations on finding that. But that is the website, professionalwomensconference.com. You will find sponsor information, ticket information, vendor information, the schedule, all of the information about each of the sessions. This is a really beautiful website too, by the way. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't, at least talk about what you expect me to talk about and how I came to the table here.
Yeah.
You called me and you thought of me. I'm not sure if sometimes people don't know what the hell that I do. So I'm glad you connected these dots. A lot of people who know me in the region think that this is my job at WGOB. Nope. I'm a volunteer. I do this with my own little radio show here. But professionally, I work in tech and have for 23 years and have businesses. So a lot of people know me for the businesses. So AI.
Yes.
I'd love to understand, just to help me prepare for what people might want to hear about. I'd love for you to explain how AI fits into your world with NWIIWA or even at the bank. And how much of a part you think this will play in the future of NWIIWA. So, not to put you on the spot, we're just having a conversation about it, but I'm just curious as to why you thought about having an AI session.
I personally think that AI is super relevant at the moment. I believe that it is something that can either help you or it can hurt you, right? So, and not hurt like physically, but in a way of you're sending out an email and they're like, oh, that was totally AI generated. Yeah. I appreciate AI because you can use AI to do things that you didn't think that you could do, or you can use it to save some time. But the thing is with AI, you have to train it to kind of be your voice. And when it's not your voice, that's when people start realizing that it's not a human. And everything we do as humans in business and professionally is about the connection. Okay, and if you have the connection with the person you're talking about, you can't have that replace you, but you can have it assist you. And I think that's very important for people to realize and think as they're moving forward. Yes, it can do these things, but is that really you? No. So that is where it's important to kind of learn how to create it and talk to it so it can help you. Like I call mine Shelbadini, where you can name them different names, and I just think it's so funny. I was like, okay, well, let me ask Shelbadini, see what she thinks today. Yeah. And then we'll go in, and that's how I use it, though, but that's just what I do. Siobhan.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't named my my AI, my chat GPT, but I do use it every day. I would say I use it more for personal. I do use it for work here and there, but more so like she's saying, maybe an email of, okay, how do I write this and not, you want to change the tone of the email a little bit, but you still want to be stern. And I think that what people need to realize is that you can train the AI. So I'll tell it, well, I want it to do this. I have full conversations with
Yeah.
my chat GPT. And the thing about it is that it remembers everything.
Yeah.
It remembers all the conversations and everything that you do. So it'll pull it in on there. And if there's something that you don't like, you can train it and tell it and say, no, I want you to change this or tweak that or do that to make it more authentic and more you.
Yeah.
So I use it every day.
Awesome. It's great to hear that. So in my talk that I will be giving at this conference, I will be talking about those types of things. I actually wrote an article on LinkedIn recently called AI Work Slop.
Okay.
And I'll talk about what that means at the conference. I won't talk about it too much here, but it is bringing your genuine self to the tool and using it as a helper, not your replacement. So very nuanced, and people don't always look at it that way. So it's awesome that you're already thinking that way. I also, because I work in this every day, it is my whole life and my job. I'm going to be talking about some more like advanced concepts on how things are evolving and how we could be using it differently and the different phases of AI that we've experienced. So I'm really excited, and I was so honored that you asked me because I love actually applying AI to our community. And I'll talk a little bit about, what I'm doing with AI to enhance, what we're doing in the community. I'm working on a special project related to that. Ooh. So, I'm super pumped. Is there anything else that you think the audience is going to be looking for out of that particular session?
I think that... So here's the thing is I think you're going to have every single level of people with knowledge knowing it. And you might even have the person sitting in the room who's like, no, I'm not going to use AI. Because you have people that are like
that.
Oh,
of course.
Right?
Yes,
so
yes.
I think you're going to have
Plenty.
a mix of plenty of people. But the beautiful part about this is that's how we designed it.
Yeah.
Right? Come ask questions, lean in,
Yeah.
show up, grow, and learn. That's what
Yeah.
we want you to do.
Well, I'm very pumped. And you mentioned ChatGPT a number of times. I'm also going to be talking about the alternatives to ChatGPT.
I was going to add to her thing that
I was
I
like,
think
where's
it's
Gemini?
like maybe knowing what else
trained
is
you
out
well.
there.
Yes. Yeah. So me working for Google, my whole world revolves around our Gemini family of models, but people don't even know, right? Like, so it's going to be a little bit of education about all the others. There's other ones, Anthropic, Claude, which is part of Anthropic, and some others. So hopefully I'll give a little bit of little tips and hacks, if you will. Yeah. And
many companies won't allow you to use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Our company, we use Copilot.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's the only thing we're allowed to use. So.
And people don't even know, but Copilot is really based off of ChatGPT. Like they're part of the same ecosystem, which is another reason I'll talk about. I won't get into too much of this. While we could probably do 3 million follow-ups on this conversation, but not to split hairs. I think that the message is get out there and use something to start to understand it.
Yes.
Because if you resist it, you're just going to be in the dark. It's about understanding and education and understanding what's in it for you, and then certainly understanding the risks of it. So that's kind of the angle I'll be taking. So that's incredible. I know we have to wrap up pretty soon. Again, professionalwomensconference.com, still tickets available?
Yes. We're close to being sold out, but we do definitely still have some spots available. So if you'd like to sign up, you should probably do that sooner rather than later. And trust me, as soon as we get those emails, we're all celebrating like, oh, it's another person.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And again, the website, professionalwomensconference.com, going back to NWIIWA, it is NWIIWA.org. I also wanted to call out the membership for NWIIWA.
Yes.
Talk to us about that. If you can't make the conference, not everybody is available, how can they get involved with NWIIWA?
So we have plenty of different levels people can join in on. We know that there's some companies that are going to support their professional development and there's some companies that don't, but as a person, you want to go ahead and do that. So we have every level between just joining as a professional member to joining as a company, and everybody in your company can get a membership to NWIIWA, which is I mean, amazing for those large companies.
Yeah.
And then what those large companies can do is they can actually partner with us. And when they partner with us, part of their dollars goes towards each of the events that we do. So they automatically get sponsorships. So they get the visibility, they get the professional development for their women all year long. And for the small businesses, we definitely recognize them as well. We know that they can't always spend that much money, so we have smaller tiers of memberships. So you can join anywhere from $150 and up. And again, that's all made intentionally for the women in our community.
I love it. I'm looking at that part of the NWIIWA.org section, very, very built out, detailed information on the different partnership packages. And from a company perspective, any company in Northwest Indiana, like this is such a powerful investment. I definitely want to be more involved, but it's like everybody's there's so much struggle for time, right? So
Yes.
I hope that this kind of reignites even my participation in NWIIWA, because I've been a
Yeah.
member for a number of years. And
But listen, doing this with us and helping spread the word, that's huge. And
Yeah.
we understand that everybody's got different schedules. Like,
Yeah.
if you can't do this, you might be able to do something like this. And
Right.
that is really like, that's how we grow. And that's how we
Absolutely.
let people know what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, I'm stoked. Give us the
Yes.
date. Give us the time.
November 12th, 2025 at Blue Chip Casino in Michigan City.
Great
And
venue.
amazing venue.
Do people
right?
gamble afterward
They
or
can
before?
if they want
can
to.
if they'd like.
Not
There's
necessarily.
okay. There's also a spa there. I've never been there, but I mean, if you need a massage that day, go for it. You know.
I'm loving this.
Yes.
Okay. I'm thinking I'll deserve it because my 55th birthday is November 9th.
Oh, see.
God, I can't
So-
believe it.
Can I add
Yes,
something?
please.
So the night before the conference, we are having like a meet and greet with our sponsors and our speakers.
Oh, yes.
So for you,
Yes.
you will get to meet all of the sponsors there. And for our sponsors, they will get to have one-on-one time with all of our speakers and be able to have those connections before the conference.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm definitely going to take advantage of that just
Yeah.
so that I don't have the stress of driving.
was
I'm going to
super fun
stay
last
down
year.
there and
Yes.
try to enjoy that. Okay. Fun in like we need aspirin the next morning fun, or is
Oh.
it that kind of fun?
I mean, it's more of like a relaxed environment so we can build those connections and
Okay.
keep growing. And when
All
you
right.
stand in that room and you listen to all the women talk and give a little bit of a tidbit about what you're talking about, you'll get chills because you're like, this is amazing and
I'm
this is something
excited.
we're doing.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for thinking of me.
Yeah, Gloria,
Um,
you're amazing. I was like,
very
we
excited.
need Gloria.
Thank
we
you.
need her.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people don't know this in my, recent professional circles. My nickname is GoGo.
Yes.
And that was a childhood nickname of mine that my mom gave me, and I avoided it my whole life. So a lot of people don't know it. But yeah, it is definitely something that fits my personality. And I am so honored to kind of like show that side of me because it brings a little playfulness out. I'll bring that out in my talk. And yeah, I'm just honored. I'm excited because I love doing stuff at home. You know, I
Yes.
travel all over the place. So this is so exciting to do it in my backyard. And thank you for giving me that opportunity. Okay, we're wrapping up. Again, you've been watching the Region Angels, regionangels.com. If you know of anybody amazing like these ladies that are doing something cool like they're doing, nominate. Tell us about it. Tina Chip, my other fabulous co-host, she's been doing shows almost every Friday. We try WJOB. Let me give them a shout out. They are amazing. Our producer Joseph is in there working to get this on our YouTube channel. He's doing the fist pump in there. You can't see him. Support WJOB. This station is the heart of the region, really. It's been around for so long. Jim Didolo, love you, man. Thank you for letting us do this. Thank you for letting us be such a great part of the community. And yeah, tune in. Follow us on YouTube at Region Angels is our handle. And until next time, we will see you soon.